Good morning, Ice Physio family. Welcome to the PT on Ice Daily Show. It's Friday. You know the deal. It's Fitness Athlete Friday, and I am pumped to be back. Quick introduction. My name is Mitch Babcock, lead faculty in the Fitness Athlete Division. Good morning, Will. Jumping on quick. Um, Lead faculty Fitness Athlete Division teaching on the two online courses, our Essentials and our Advanced Concepts. You can find both of those kicking off in the new year. Good morning, Kelsey, over there on Facebook. And also traveling around with Zach on the road doing our live Fitness Athlete show, which is a great time. So glad to be back on the mic. It's been a few weeks since I've stolen it. So glad to be back with you guys. Thank you all for tuning in live. As always, thank you for downloading the podcast and listening to us, whether that's to or from work or wherever you're at. And if you're in the car with family, I want to say hello to them as well because they get neglected a lot, right? They're along for the show. Special shout out to you guys for listening alongside your spouses or whoever else has the show on the radio. This morning, Fitness Athlete Friday, I want to talk about actually getting the fitness athlete in the clinic, right? So what are some marketing strategies, if you will, to actually getting those folks in your clinic? And what I want to kind of address is some of the more well-known techniques, strategies, things you hear a lot about, and what are some actually like road tested, proven strategies for us in our clinic setting that have been helpful to getting folks in the door that may have otherwise not came in for treatment, right? So some of the things that you hear often, and they're valuable, and I'm not negating their value at all, but what we hear said a lot is doing seminars, doing workshops, right? And so you hear clinicians that maybe take our courses or have the training elsewhere, and that's great. And they go to a local CrossFit affiliate and they approach them and they want to do a seminar. They want to do a workshop for their athletes, you know. So they approach the gym owner and say, I got some stuff that I want to tell you people. Give me a time on the calendar so I can come in and talk to them. So you can obviously go at that with varying levels of tact, right? But to some extent, that's informational. That's a lot of times free content for folks. You can get a small group of people that may come, stay after class, listen to your workshop seminar, and take some value from that, and then head out the door. And what they remember is that that you have some knowledge in this area. And that you may have helped them with their shoulder pain in that short seminar, or you gave them some strategies around low back pain. And those are great, right? Do they bring people in the door? Maybe a couple, maybe a few leads trickle out of that. Maybe they grab your card and think about it the next time they run into trouble. The other thing that gets done a lot is the articles that have been shared, right? And this is 2012 till current day, where you see all these articles and blogs showing up, 5 exercises for back pain, or 3 things you need to stop doing now to prevent whatever muscular disease gets promoted on Facebook that week, right? Or the strength test you're not doing to solve your whatever problems, right? There's so many of these anymore, these clickbait articles and things of that nature that can kind of get lost in the weeds, and people have kind of muted out a little bit to all that noise in the article type format. And it's kind of a hard platform to digest and really understand what the heck you're talking about. And it's long-winded, and you got to describe all this stuff. And more times than not, folks get lost. I get lost. I'm a clinician and a coach and an athlete, and I can get lost in your articles sometimes and lose interest. So what do we think? Sorry, Instagram Live. I had a call, interrupt you guys. What do we think our athletes, our prospective patients are getting lost in that shuffle as well, right? So some other ideas. Let's think outside the box a little bit. And what I want to do is show a few things that we've been doing as far as showcasing what we can really do from a value add standpoint from the treatment end, right? Rather than the knowledge end, and that's great, putting out that information, putting out that free content, but from a treatment end, like what are we actually doing, behind the curtain? What are we doing behind the treatment door that a fitness athlete is going to be sitting across the screen, across the, on their phone or whatever, see these treatments, see these interventions, see what you can actually do for them, and realize, wow, that's what I've been looking for. That's what I need. Thank you for the information. Thank you for the free content. But this is what I didn't know you could do, and this is why I'm going to call you up and get a session with you, right? And so the first thing that we're going to talk about is demonstrating some treatment techniques. And this is a little bit uncomfortable, right? So if you've got a colleague, maybe you demonstrate a treatment technique on a colleague to avoid any like HIPAA restrictions, violations, things of that nature, right? So the first video, and if you're on Facebook, you can now see a video. And what I'm going to do is turn our Instagram camera around so that you guys can see as well. If you're on podcast, I'll apologize, but I will do my best to describe. This is a video of myself and Alan, and we're demonstrating a seated mid-cervical manipulation technique, right? And Alan honestly just came to me and was like, dude, can you crack my neck? And was like, yeah, but like, let's get this on film and maybe potentially throw it up on the Instagram today. And this video alone brought us more hits, leads, calls, Instagram messages, text messages this week than anything else that we've done in the clinic so far. Disclaimer, we haven't done a heck of a lot of marketing, but this is one of the few things that have really brought the people in, got information in, and got the conversation started. So this is just a seated mid-cervical manipulation technique. It helps that there's a cavitation that you can audibly hear on camera. It helps that Alan looks so happy after the manipulation as well. I mean, just tickled there, right? But we threw that video up on Instagram and on Facebook, and I'm not kidding you, both Alan and my phones were going off with questions like, I didn't know you guys could do manipulation. I didn't know that you guys worked on necks. I didn't know that you guys worked on the spine. Like questions that we didn't even think to address and like would have taken us years to literally answer blog after blog on all these questions. But people were like, I didn't know that you worked on necks. And we're like, absolutely we work on necks. Like we work on the spine. Yeah, we can do manipulation if that's something that we think that you might need. And in just that short little 10-second video of a seated manipulation, cervical manipulation, was enough to stir a lot of conversation and a lot of folks calling us up saying, how can I get on your books? You guys take insurance? This is great. Like, let's talk about it. And started the process of that, right? So that's one. And obviously you don't have to do, we're not advocating that you have to do manipulation, but have some treatment technique that you want to showcase and put out there, something that can be of aid to some athletes in your area that gets the conversation started around what you can do for them. Okay, next video I want to show is performance related stuff. So here is a video of working with an athlete in the gym. Let me turn the volume up for you guys. Where we were trying to store GHD sit-ups, right, for this athlete, right? And so what we've got going on here is a band attached to a certain points for tactile cueing, tactile feedback for where the athlete is going to stop their GHD sit-ups, so that they're, for this athlete, it was building confidence into extension for the spine, working on really good midline ab control as he kind of worked that eccentric lowering phase. Didn't know how far to go. I was like, all right, we're going to do tactile cueing. We're going to string a band up, and we're going to introduce GHD sit-ups this way, right? So this was just a short, quick video. Throw it up on the Instagram. What does this do? This tells prospective fitness athletes that we do the stuff that you are interested in doing, right? We work on your GHD sit-ups. We work on your snatch. We work on your squat. It also showcases that this is in an environment that they're used to seeing, right? And it's not like that classic clinic type environment. We're in a gym or we're alongside a gym. This athlete is very clearly sweating. This is part of a Metcon, a therapeutic EMOM, AMRAP, whatever have you. But it just showcases that this looks different than what I maybe was envisioning therapy to look like, right? And you can throw a quick verb out, a little sound bite on there of whatever it is you're trying to work on, like we discussed, or just let the video play through itself and just see what kind of conversation comes with that. But showcasing things like this from a performance standpoint, good morning to whoever is shouting out there on Instagram. Just little pieces like this that lets the athlete know these are movements that I'm interested in, movements that maybe I struggle with, movements I didn't know a physical therapist could help me with, and very clearly this is helping this individual, so I need to make a phone call, right? We've got videos like this of athletes doing heavy yoke carries, right? And they see this heavy yoke and they go, I'm not doing that, right? What's this at? Why are they doing heavy yoke carries? Well, they're working on spinal stability, control, being able to tolerate compressive loads to the spine, things of that nature. And then they, oh man, maybe I need some of that, right? Performance-driven video content that the athlete can see, understand that they need it, and then make the phone call. The last piece we want to show is being able to showcase video bar path analysis, right? So if this is something that you're trained in, and if you take our our fitness athlete courses, our online and our live courses, we spend a few minutes dissecting and training the video analysis piece. But if this is something like, let's say you have a specialty in weightlifting and you want to help athletes with certain aspects of their snatch and clean and jerk, being able to showcase video bar path analysis in some of your marketing materials will really, again, get the conversation started. So here, all we did is a simple video of one of my snatches, and we break down the video bar path. And we could even put this in Coach's Eye. If you're not using Coach's Eye, I think it's a really fundamental tool that you can, voice over analysis on the bar path, being able to draw angles, lines, whatever you want to do to be able to help better video instruct an athlete. But this video itself is simply just dropped in an app called Iron Path. And what this does is it showcases the bar path throughout the phases of the lift, right? And we can tell the athlete, like, okay, off the floor, the bar kind of got away from us slightly when we started the lift. So rather than that bar moving out and around the knee, I would rather that first pull look a little clearer. How are we going to get that first pull a little straighter? Well, I think your hips are starting a bit too low. We need to bring the hips up an inch or two in your setup position so that that first pull doesn't catch you going out and around on the ball of your foot. When we get that first pull pulling us forward like that, we have a tendency to not be able to finish the lift and not end up making the lift, and instead missing the lift out in front of us. So being able to break down components of the lift, like this first pull, bar path, how does the athlete do sweeping the bar into the hip? At the point of peak horizontal displacement, how far does the bar travel out horizontally away from our center? We know that that point shouldn't be past where the bar started, a plumb line from the foot. And so you can see here that that's a slight error in how far I'm letting the bar get away from me, because how far it traveled is out in front of where the bar started on my foot, right? So little pieces like that we can put, and I can put all of that information into a Coach's Eye video, sound over the video that you guys are looking at now, and being able to upload that on the Instagram, Facebook, and then advertise that, yes, we can come in, and if you're having pain or trouble with your snatch or clean and jerk, that we can break that down. Bring us in a video, and we can help break down that video analysis for you to better service what you've got going on, right? Little pieces like that actually show what the heck you're doing in the clinic to help that athlete, rather than here's another knowledge piece about 5 exercises. And again, those can be helpful, those can be beneficial, but if they aren't leading to leads, if they aren't leading to phone calls or emails or texts, people trying to get on your books and on your schedule, and if you're standing back looking at your schedule going, man, I really feel like I can help this population of people, and they're not coming to see me, it may be because they don't know that you can help them. It may be because they don't know that you have all these skill sets, all these tools in your toolbox that you can actually service them. So how can I better demonstrate? How can I better show that to the population so that they're able to make that phone call or the conversation, right? There's a number of other things that go along with this. For us, for Alan and I at Health HQ, where we're at now, being directly next door to CrossFit Fenton, we take our TheraX into the gym. We take our lifting, our loading, our deadlifts, our squats, we take that right in the back corner of the gym. So there's a lot of eyes on what's actually going on from a therapeutic standpoint of like, I didn't know they did stuff like that. Or that individual looks like they're working on components of their clean or their deadlift, or they're doing some shoulder work that looks pretty intense, looks like something that I could benefit from. That helps us in the immediate network of the people that are coming in our 4 walls, seeing what we actually do, where a majority of our referrals come from. But if you're looking to try to reach outside sources, we've got to put content out outside the 4 walls that you're at. And that's a few options, a few ways of doing that. Demonstrating some treatment techniques, demonstrating some performance training techniques, and then also showcasing some video analysis if you have the skills and the ability to put that information out there, okay? So there's a few things to go beyond just the workshops, the seminars, the blogs. What else can you do to actually get the fitness athlete in the door? And our default, the thing we always fall back on, it's really hard to get them in the door if you yourself aren't practicing what you preach, if you aren't walking what you talk, right? So that's why we always say gut check Thursday, and ICE always says be about it, right? The easiest way to get those folks in the door is to be walking that walk yourself, and the conversation starts very quickly after that. Will, thank you so much for your content and for your comments this morning and jumping on. Thank you all for making it. Facebook Live, Instagram Live, podcasts for your downloads as always. And I want to be one of the unofficial first to wish you a Merry Christmas. We're rolling into a great time of year. It can be easy to be overwhelmed by the stress of the holidays, parties, family gatherings, shopping, getting everything wrapped up, but be mindful and enjoy these moments and what you have at your disposal, right? The family, the friendships, and the time spent with one another. So go out if you've got work off the next few days. Enjoy the time with your family and friends. The PT on Ice show isn't going to slow down at all, so be tuning in if you've got a few moments. And then as we roll into 2020, be writing down your goal list, right? Be putting the things down on pen to paper a little bit on what you're looking to achieve in 2020. Where are the gaps? Where do I really need to bring up my skill set, my knowledge? And ask Team Ice if there's something that we can do to help benefit and bridge that gap for you, right? There's courses coming all in 2020, and we'd be happy to see you out there on the road and be able to come alongside you, make a friendship, make a relationship, and to help you fill some of those gaps. And better service folks in 2020. So put some pen to paper in the next few weeks, make some goals. And Alan just wrote down some fitness goals himself. So don't neglect your own personal health and wellness goals as you also write down your business goals. So happy to be chatting with you guys this morning. It was a great 15 minutes. I wish you all the best. Merry Christmas to you all. Happy holidays. And we will see you next time we're back behind the screen. Take care. Have a good one. Hey, thanks for tuning in to the PT on Ice Daily Show. If you enjoyed this content, head on over to iTunes and leave us a review. And be sure to check us out on Facebook and Instagram at the Institute of Clinical Excellence. If you're interested in getting plugged into more ICE content on a weekly basis while earning CEUs from home, check out our virtual ICE online mentorship program at ptonice.com. While you're there, sign up for our Hump Day Hustling newsletter for a free email every Wednesday morning with our top 5 research articles and social media posts that we think are worth reading. Head over to ptonice.com and scroll to the bottom of the page to sign up.